Hi, I'm Linda, and today I'm going to show you how I am using Japhy AI to practice my Thriver 5-point pitch. Okay, so let's get into it. So what you see right here in the interface is the Japhy AI Roleplay Studio, where I have created this pitch, perfecting the 5-point pitch based on my business model. And so this is the personalized script that I developed based on our recent bonus video about how we use our two-pager to basically conduct a triage call, right? So I created that right here within the role play scenario. So this is a custom created role play. And now I'm going to practice it based on the script that we put together on Jim's video. Okay, so let's go ahead and interact. So the system's getting ready, and I'll do a quick walkthrough before we actually begin the role play. So as you can see over on this side of the screen, on the right side of the screen, that I've designed a bit of a description that's tailored for me that talks about what I'm going to be doing here. And so basically how I'm going to be evaluated on this is my ability to deliver a clear and persuasive pitch, that I handle the objectives and objections and questions confidently, that I demonstrate the value of my, actually not product, but service, and that I build rapport and establish a foundation for a long-term client success. So in this case, the AI is named Matilda. She's going to be playing my client that I'm pitching for. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and get started.
Hello, Linda. It's a pleasure to meet you. I've heard great things about your work from my colleague.
Hi, Matilda. Thank you for the opportunity to be with you today. I'm Dr. Linda Berberick, and I'm the founder and chief learning architect at Linda B. Learning. Over the past 30 years, I've designed and developed hundreds of learning experiences and technologies that have revolutionized how people learn. After helping more than 20 tech clients and hundreds of colleagues, I realized that working within a given tech company limited how many teams, people, and bottom lines I could impact. I wanted to help more teams to be successful and more companies to be innovative in the learning space. I'm committed to helping you and your team to produce innovative learning solutions in record time, and I'm honored to share who I am, what I do with you today. We'll be using our two-pager summary as a guide to make today's discussion simple and clear. Across all the clients I've learned, here's what I've learned. People and companies waste billions of dollars on ineffective learning innovations because taking an innovative idea to a marketable deliverable, especially on a tight deadline, can be a struggle. In fact, some studies have shown that only 10% of these corporate training efforts are effective. I help my clients master three things to create learning innovations without wasting time and resources. Those three things are vision, iteration, and planning. So with vision, imagine your path to success laid out with a crystal clear strategy. With iteration, build a rapid working prototype and then iterate to create a final fantastic product. And then plan, picture a roadmap that breaks it down for you from prototype to product. Only Linda B. Learning takes this unique approach to complete your high stakes initiative in record time, while also giving you a repeatable process you can apply to other projects and with other teams. That's why you can expect to see a significant return on your investment. A recent client achieved 182% ROI in a standard 4-month engagement. Now that we've reviewed the fundamentals of my purpose, my approach, and my impact, I'd like to pause for a moment and see what questions you might have. What resonated with you the most?
Well, my colleague mentioned that your learning programs are custom made to fit the needs of each business. That's exactly what I'm looking for. I appreciate your comprehensive approach to learning, especially the part where you mentioned incorporating real-world scenarios into training. Can you tell me more about how that works?
Of course. So I take a very hands-on, do-it-with-you approach in working with my clients. So right from the beginning of the project, I work with your team lead to help establish the vision. Once we have the vision and strategy signed off, quickly the lead, myself, and the team will build a rapid prototype. Once the rapid prototype is built, we get sign off on that, and then we quickly go through the process of working backwards from your deliverable date and figure out the iterations in a very, very comprehensive planned manner, so that each sprint following up to the time that the product is delivered, it's very clear what we'll be working on.
That sounds like a very collaborative and comprehensive process. Are there any specific metrics or evaluations you use to track progress and success?
Yes, that's actually part of the visioning work we do at the very beginning. As opposed to just working with standard kinds of assessments, we work directly with you to determine the metrics that are important to you as a client of what we want to succeed with in this particular endeavor.
That's reassuring. It's crucial for us to have measurable outcomes. Can we also have regular check ins to ensure we're on track and to address any issues if they come up?
Yes, that's exactly how we work. So you can think of our work from when we get to the prototyping stage as being one where we actually do work in sprint intervals, which we typically are a week or 2 weeks in duration. So, following a standard kind of agile model, there are specific check ins with the team and then with the broader stakeholder group on a regular cadence.
Great. Agile methodology is definitely what we need. Can you explain how you handle the change management aspect, especially when introducing new learning methods to my team?
Yes, we established that right away at the beginning with our vision and strategy work. So we determined the rules of engagement right at the start so that there is no surprises as we move through the process of creating the vision, creating the prototype, and then building towards the MVP.
It's good to hear. I believe clear communication is key in managing change effectively. I'm impressed with your approach, Linda. Let me discuss this with my team and get back to you soon.
I'd like to suggest that our next step is a more in depth conversation, one where I can learn more about you and begin to assess how our approach could deliver the results that you want. So, based on that discussion, I would be able to estimate the timing and the investment those results would require, giving the information you need to make a final decision and plan a start date. How does that sound?
That sounds like a plan, Linda. Let's schedule that. I'll need to bring in a couple of my team leads who will be directly involved in this process. Looking forward to our in depth discussion.
It's truly been a pleasure to be with you today. I wanted to thank you again for investing this time to learn about Linda B. Learning. I also want you to know that I'd be honored to work with you and that I am ready and eager to get started. I look forward to our next conversation and to a long and rewarding partnership. Thank you.
Thank you, Linda, for your time and for the insightful information. I'm also looking forward to our next conversation and potentially starting this exciting journey together. Take care.
And that's it. Now you've seen the part where I have done the actual role play and the report is generating. And in a second, we'll take a look and see how I did. Okay, so now let's take a look at the report. So now we can look at the report. You can see in terms of the clarity of communication, I scored an 8 out of 10, active listening, 7 out of 10, emotional intelligence, 7 out of 10, problem solving and adaptability, 7 out of 10, and professionalism, decorum, 8 out of 10, influential communication, 7 out of 10. So according to the metrics, I am actually at a fluent level of communication in terms of practicing this type of a role play. So you can see how the report is asked, did I clearly meet the objectives of this role play? And you can see that there are yeses across the board. As we go into the role play report, I'm giving a little bit more feedback in terms of the behavioral metrics, the observation, the improvements that I could make around each of the areas, around clarity of communication, active listening, emotional intelligence, problem solving, adaptability, professionalism, and so forth. And then afterwards, you can see a transcript of the actual conversations that I had with Matilda, my client. So if you've not seen Japhy role plays before using AI, this is just an example of how you can practice. I should also say this is my very first time going through, and I did actually read my script verbatim. I probably wouldn't do that when I'm actually presenting for Jim or for Trisha or anyone else. But I just wanted to show, again, how the tool can be used for you to practice and the kind of feedback that Japhy would give you. In my opinion, this is one of the best ways to practice because you're not just talking to open air, you're actually given feedback on what the words are that you're saying. So again, this is the kind of work that I do, and this is actually one of the clients that I worked with was Japhy.ai, one of the first clients I worked with since starting the Thrive Her program. So I just thought this was kind of a full circle moment, and I wanted to share. Thanks, y'all, for taking some time to watch this presentation.